let's be realistic. We are unlikely to achieve the 1.5 target. So there are three things. What you can do to achieve the 1.5 target. The second is adaptation. Okay, if you don't achieve the 1.5 target, what needs to be done to make that acceptable? Of course, the consequences of not doing that are big. Big migration, all sorts of problems. But how do you adapt? And then the third cost is the cost of the damage. I believe that we're going to be moving in an economic way to adaptation, and that there's a lot of, that'll have a great power. And the reason is it affects everybody. So whereas there's an element here of let's be good and get the money. But if you go to, let's say, banks, they say banks have a lot of money, but banks have assets and liabilities. And if they don't receive or give their depositors or those who are putting money with them an adequate amount of return, they won't have any money.
Right.
So you still have to have the return component of that. What happens is self-interest is a great motivator when you have that. And I think adaptation will be some area for probably great investment and great productivity.
But Ray, isn't climate change the biggest risk really to any company? And so when do we see regulation that forces every company to look at it as the longest, biggest risk out there?
Well, I think Secretary Kerry did such a wonderful job of describing the realities of that. I mean, I think that's the balance. And so as a very practical person, one can't say it's going to be all or none. One has to look at actually what is it, what is happening. And I think as you're dealing with the regulation, that's right, that's good. And then there's also a meme developing that you're not a good citizen. Okay, that political aspect also plays, social aspect, meme, plays a role. Are you doing it well? Is a social pressure that has a role? So there's regulation, there's social pressure. Those are all good things that are helping. The real question is that enough? I mean, it's not like you have them or you don't have them.